Hello guys, welcome back to Code Overload. My name is Jason.
My name is Avigat.
And my name's Leon.
And today we are going to be exploring HTML links.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so first up, the normal link. So the link tag is just A. So when you type in A and press enter, you'll get this. So A href. Okay, so you'll be navigated to here and you can paste any link you have. And next you can type any text. So we'll just type Code Overload YouTube channel. And now that's the standard A tag where there's just a link and your text.
So ahref can be used in various circumstances. The first is for a button.
Before we move ahead, I'll just show you the output about how this works. So open with live server. And you can see the first link that comes on top. It says Code Overload YouTube channel, which is the text we have put here. And when I click on it, it will redirect me to the channel link that I put over here. And now we'll move on to the next thing you can do with the ahref tag, which is to use it within a button.
So to use it in a button, you need to add the button tag. So which is simply you just type button. Then you can put the link in the button through the same ahref technique. We'll make this button in a way that will link back to our website. And also we can name the button.
Okay, now before we move ahead, I'll just show you the output for this. Here, as you can see, here is a button saying click here. When I click on it, it will redirect me to the Code Overload YouTube channel, which is basically what we've done here. But but now we put it in a button, which makes it easier for the user to navigate. So here I'll just put a break tag so that it's clear, so that you can differentiate between the two.
So to link an image, you need to write the ahref tag first with the same link as before. Then you need to add the image. You need to name it and put the width and height. So to add the image, you write img. So you need to put the source of the image. So the image should be in the folder that you're using. So as you can see, it's over there in the PNG format. So then you can name the image. And then you can use the width and height naming convention, width and height conventions to determine the width and height on the page in pixels.
So now we'll just check the output again. So as you can see, this image is now clickable. When I press on it, it will redirect me to the Code Overload YouTube channel, like seen in the previous two examples.
Okay, next up is how to link an email address. So press enter and you want to add another link tag. So in the href is equal to quotation marks, you can put an email address, but first you have to put mail to, mail to, and then colon, and then let's just take an email address for example. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and type the Code Overload email address. Next, you can type the text you want to appear. So, for example, send the email.
Now let's just check the output. Here, as you can see, the send email text has come. Okay, so after clicking on it, it will open this blank email in which you can type the subject, and you can send whatever you want. And that's how the email linking works. And now finally, I'll be showing you how you can link the user to different parts of the same web page. And to do that, you'll have to use lists, which is something we learned in the previous video. And I'll put a link to that video in the description so that you can check it out if you have any doubts. And another thing, we'll be using for navigating the user in the web page is a new element called section, and I'll guide you through everything. So before I move ahead, I'll just put two break tags for clarity, and I'll create the navigation bar. To do that, I will just use UL, which stands for unordered list, and within this I'll use li for list items. Okay, so now within this list tag, I will put a href, which is for the link. Here I'll just put this. I'll just copy paste this UL to the top of the web page, and this will help the user navigate throughout the entire web page. Here, first I will just put a hashtag, and I will call a section name. So here I'll just put basic link, and make sure there aren't any spaces. So I'll just put an underscore, and within this ahref tag, I'll just put link1, which is going to be the text that is displayed in the navigation bar. I'll just copy this, and I will paste it once again. This time, this is not a basic link. This is going to be a button link, and this will be link 2. After this, I'll paste this again. This will be image link, and this is link 3. Lastly, it is the email link, which is link 4. And as you can see, all these are the ones that we explained previously in the video. And now the next step I have to do is create a section for each of these different parts. So in order to create a section, I just have to say section, and within this, so this is going to be the first section. Here I will just copy this, and I'll paste it within this section, and I'll give this an ID of basic link, which is mentioned as the first list item. After this, I will create another section. This time the ID will be button link. So here I'll just paste this button link. After this, I'll create another section. This time the ID will be image link. Here I'll just paste this. And lastly, I'll create a final section, and I'll give this an ID of email link. I'll just paste this within this section, and I'll just remove these extra tabs. As you can see, I have created these IDs, and they're exactly what I've put within this href over here. So as you can see, I have created all the I've created the navigation bar, and I've also added multiple breaks throughout the web page so that it's spaced out so that you can see the demonstration a little easily. And I'll just show you the output right now. So as you can see here, here is the navigation bar with link 1, 2, 3, and 4 as a form of unordered list, which is in bullet points. And the entire web page is spaced out, so the user needs to scroll to different parts, which can be a headache and a confusion at times. So this navigation bar is extremely useful because, for example, when you press on link 1, it will redirect the user to this part of the web page which they want to read. Let's say they want to press link 2, then it scrolls down to this, the button link. Then link 3 scrolls down to the image link, and finally link 4 takes you to the email link. And that is basically how it works.
That's it for this video, guys.
We hope you learned something new, and if you did, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and see you later. Bye.